7:03.
Okay.
So we need someone to, okay, I can say the Pledge of Allegiance. Actually, I have a flag in here now.
Oh, wait, do I have a flag in here?
I don't think you can see it though. Noah's a big flag enthusiast.
It's okay.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag
The flag
of
of
the
United
United
States
States
of America.
to the republic
Republic
one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Public comments. Does anyone have any public comments? We don't have any public.
We don't have any public.
Very good. Now we're gonna.
Well, we do have a public. We have a.
I'm so sorry. Do you have any comments?
If anybody from the public would like to speak, just raise your hand. Use the Zoom raise hand feature.
How do I see who's the public?
It was Trumbull Community Television is,
Oh, it's Trumbull
Yeah.
Community Television.
but I think they're just journalists, acting as journalists right now. So I don't think she has a comment, but you never know if she has any questions. I don't know.
There's also a participants button at the bottom of your page that'll show 2 attendees.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hello.
Oh, yes. There you go.
Oh, good.
We
Does
never
the attendees have any questions? I don't see them though.
Someone is raising their hand, so I'm just going to bring them in as a panelist so they
Yeah.
can speak.
Go for it.
Oh, it's
Oh,
Scott.
hi, Scott.
Okay. All righty. Oh,
Well, you're muted.
I just wanted to end the mystery for y'all. Who the?
thank you. Thank you.
I actually went looking for the Parks and Rec agenda and saw
Yeah.
that you guys were meeting at 7.
Same
I said,
time.
I'll go there for a while before I go to Parks and Rec. Anyway, don't let me interrupt.
Okay.
Wait,
It looks like there's a 10th, but I don't know who that is. Oh no, now that
For my age, I should be way more savvy. It's been a long education. Okay, so we want to move on to approving the minutes. And Barb was so great as to send them. Does anyone have anything to correct? Helen, you were so good at it last time.
the minutes look good to me.
Yeah. Yep. Well, does anyone want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I do.
So Helen is the first.
Looking at
Great, thank you, Jack. You guys are in the hot seat today. You have to, maybe you can take turns.
Since there's only
Yeah, okay, so moving on, Cheryl prepared her director's report. Does Helen or Jack, do you have any questions regarding the report? Some of the old business covers a part of that report. Just so everyone is aware of that.
Can I jump in here on the building and grounds?
Sure.
Cheryl's report. Still nothing has been done about the flashing.
correct.
And I'm just wondering how many requests we've made so far. I know I have, and I know, I'm pretty sure Jeff has.
And
Yeah.
I don't, I'm not sure what the problem is here.
So there's a turnover, we'll say, where there's a new director, George Estrada, who has been stellar at really responding to Tina. And especially, more recently, you'll see that he fixed the garage door. Before that, he fixed the ramp. And he is also in charge of everything COVID, and getting the town buildings together. I understand there were former grounds staff who are no longer working there. And so I think it's just a matter of re-pinging George and saying, hey, we also have this flashing.
So he has a lot on
turnover.
his plate right now.
He does have a lot on his plate, but he's also been really responsive and getting people out there. So right now, currently our contacts are George and also Dimitri.
Okay.
So, and Helen, thank you very much, because I know that you did reach out. I think you reached out, Jeff reached out, Cheryl has reached out. At one point I reached out. There's been a lot of different things that came up.
Yep.
As well. I know that when that originally happened, that was also when we were talking about getting the lights done and everything else too. So, especially with septic and everything. All right, so any other questions about the report?
Another question about the odor in the second bathroom. Did water in the drain solve that problem?
It seems to have. I was just there yesterday. There's no odor. I mean, it might, but that toilet hasn't been used, so it might come up again. But right now, there's no odor, so we'll just keep, we'll just keep our eye on the situation. But right now, it seems to be okay.
Okay.
Okay, moving to old business. The grounds have reopened limitedly. There are, as you can see in new business, there are a couple of events planned for the future. But currently the grounds are open to walk, bring your own sanitizer, and no one is allowed inside the building.
Right.
Except for limitedly staff as needed. Internet has been set up. Thank you, Bill. And all the wonderful staff over at Town Hall for that. I know, Cheryl, you bought a Nest, is that right?
Yeah, Google Nest. So there are, there's a base unit, and then there's two on the east side of the building, which is closest to the big maple tree and the picnic table, so we can get to extend the range of the Wi-Fi to a little bit of outside area, and so far so good. So that's helpful for our programs. Yeah, actually, we already used it. It came in handy yesterday when we had volunteers at the center yesterday, and we pulled it. Actually reached to the back, and we were wondering if something was poison sumac. So we pulled up our ID apps, and we think we did identify poison sumac. So that was helpful to have.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. So can you speak briefly about the garage door? I'm skipping over the flashing because we already talked about it, but can Cheryl or Kevin talk about the garage door? That was fixed. It's really
that was just a quick thing where I couldn't get the door to open, so Dimitri sent somebody over and just kind of jiggled it and fixed it, so it's fine. That was really no big deal.
Very good.
It works now.
Okay, and then you mentioned you had volunteers. It was also in your report, you had volunteers for weeding.
Yep.
Is that right? Are you having, or did you already have weeding and grounds cleanup?
Yes, that was Saturday. We had, they were both student groups, youths. On Saturday, it was the Trumbull Students Biology Club, and they weeded both projects were for the butterfly garden. And on Saturday, it was the gravel path that they weeded for about an hour and a half. And then on Sunday, it was part one of a little free library project, which is there's going to be two of them installed in the butterfly garden. The first half was to weed and mulch the right half of the butterfly garden where the kiosk is. So they did that. We do allow we did allow one person at a time into the building to use the bathroom. So that was only one person at a time. We allowed that, and because it was all day. And then
And that was discussed in the on the reopening plan that was okay with George, just so that other commissioners know is at a very limited basis.
yes,
So one person at a time was fine.
right. I mean, just one person to show them where the bathroom is. That person left, and the other person stayed, and then they left. That was that. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, so that happened yesterday and Saturday.
Wow. And they were wearing masks.
Oh
And
yes, I have
they
pictures.
were
Yeah, I have evidence. Yes, everyone was wearing a mask. I was wearing a mask. Every child, every adult, we all were. Distancing as much as possible in the garden there. Yeah.
And then for activities like that too, are there any surveys?
What?
Surveys for their health? Was that
no.
No, that wasn't a determination that was needed. Okay.
Yeah, no, we didn't do anything like that.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
So going into new business, upcoming programs are September 26th, the sunflower seed harvest, which I've seen on the Facebook, that you're staggering it, which is great. It looks like you're staggering it with social, like how you purchase tickets or time slots.
Right. Actually, there's a typo in my report, but so let me clarify. So we have a new website up, and there's a new ticketing system, and it's limiting people to buy one ticket, and that one ticket allows up to 5 individuals per family, and then there's a limit of 6 families per time slot. And then we're going to have 3 1-hour programs. The first is from 10 to 11. The next is from 11:30 to 12:30, and the next is 1 to 2. And they're going to be each family will be at its own picnic table in the front. They're spaced far enough apart. They won't be intermingling. Each family will get one of the mammoth sunflower heads, and they'll be shown how to remove the seeds and how they roast them if they want. Each family also will be given a dwarf sunflower plant to plant and take home, and the little kids can do a craft with the seeds as well. So, yeah.
Is there a fee?
Yes, this one, for the first time in a long time, we're charging a fee because of the fact of what's going on. And so, yeah, but it's minimal. It's $20 plus 50 cents fee. So it's $20.50 per family. Yeah. When we have 7 families enrolled so far.
Okay. And in October and November, you have events slated.
Possibly, those are possibly. We're going to see how the sunflower one goes, and everything is subject to change given what's going on. So if we're told to close, we won't have them. But so the first one would be a Native American storytelling in October. We're trying to figure out the logistics of doing that, and right now I don't even know we usually do it around a fire. If fire regulations say that we can't do it at that time because of a drought, we won't do it. And then in November or early December, we would hope to do our wreath making program that we do every year. So I think it might be November this year because we want it to be outside. And December, it's too cold. So, but they're still in the planning stages. We'll see what happens.
Are there any other like grounds issues that's popped up since
the one thing that I don't know if I have mentioned or not, maybe I did at one point, I don't know if I officially mentioned it, but on the south side of the building, it's the basement, which is the old garage, there are cement retaining walls, which we're concerned that they might be getting compromised. I did send an email to George Estrada about that to ask him to take a look, but I have not heard back. So, I don't know if you want to put that on your list as well and take a look.
So you said they're retaining in the basement and the south wall. The
There's
retaining
two
wall.
walls there. They border either side of the driveway. The driveway's not used anymore, but I don't know. They should be looked at as potential. I would,
Driveway.
yeah.
Um,
Kevin, what do you think? I don't know. What do you have? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think somebody in the town should look at it. The retaining walls on either side of that driveway are crumbling, essentially. They're deteriorating, I should say. You can see rebar in some places, so it's
so you see it's
leaks.
by the old,
the basement garage.
okay.
it's
Oh, so over
basement
by
on the
like
south side.
Yeah, by the pond.
water.
By the pond, yeah, looking towards the pond.
I don't know if I recall a driveway. So it's the
It's
driveway.
hardly a
covered-
driveway. It's just a flat entryway, sort of.
Okay,
Used to be a driveway
I
years
can
ago.
visualize it and would,
You may not have been over there. It's all the way, it's in
in a while.
an untrafficked, well, area. Sometimes we haven't had field trips in a while because of what's going on, but when there's field trips, sometimes the kids pass there. But the general public generally doesn't go in that particular area, I would
Mhm.
say.
Mhm. So email to George would be to
Yeah, follow up on
Examine
what I had sent. Yeah.
the wall, especially the
So, yeah,
retaining
it's
wall,
two-
and then
it's
also the
two walls.
flashing. I'm glad that I asked that question. Is there anything else you can think of? Maybe we can send him one email.
No, not as far as something that the town would be responsible for. A tree did come down across one of the back trails, but I think we're going to handle that internally. Is that correct?
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Okay. Does it, Helen, Jack, do either of you have any questions? Follow up? Would either of you like to motion to adjourn the meeting?
I can do that. I will
Okay.
motion to adjourn.
Helen, do you mind seconding?
Oh, I'm happy to second.
Well, wait a second,
Oh, well,
before we adjourn, what's the
Next meeting.
schedule for the next couple of meetings?
oh, good. So the next one that we have planned is December 15th.
Okay,
And then that is the last meeting that we planned. It's a great
Okay.
new business. We don't have Jeff with us.
no, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to maybe even extend an email to him and ask him if he'd like to continue on the Tuesdays. I'm sorry that I had to reschedule 2 Tuesday meetings. I won't have to in December, but if you guys do, just let me know. But if we were going along the plan of the second Tuesday of every month. So if that is comfortable for you, then we can continue to do that. I would like to get Jeff's input since. You know,
Emily, just for the sake of clarity here, that was 1/5, not 1/6. The 15th,
December 15th.
15, okay.
Yeah, 1/5. That's a Tuesday, correct? Let me now. Oh, wait a minute. Let me open up my calendar.
It's Tuesday.
Yes.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
is, but I trust you. If everyone else says that, then yep. So December 15th at 7 p.m. is our next meeting.
Okay.
All right.
Then
Now we have to
yes, I will re-motion to adjourn.
Okay.
I second the motion.
Thank you. It's lovely to see you all.
Yes.